I went to Selling to Hollywood, and these guys were all in what we call Kell's Writers. We used to meet down at Kell's pub down in the market, and use Kell's back room. Then it wasn't all fixed up like it is now, and we would write in Kell's back room. And Mr. McLeish let us be back there. He liked us. And anyway, I went down to Selling to Hollywood, and I went in to pitch these producers. There were all kinds of producers down there. I mean, it was a big room. There was like 500 people at this thing, and I think they were all in that goddamn room. And there's lawyers and agents and producers all around, you know, round robin thing. And you line up and you go in and you sit down and you pitch them. And so I went in to pitch. I'm pitching to this producer, and his eyes glazed over. I'm not kidding you. There was nobody in there. And when I got up, I was thinking to myself, what the hell? If I can't get their attention, how can I sell them anything? So the next guy I went into, he was sitting there, and he was looking bored as hell. And I sit down, and I said, I'm thinking about writing, making a movie in Seattle. And he sat right up and he said, what? What's it about? And I had been writing a book of poetry called Street Songs. And it was about homeless people. And I said, it's going to be about winos. And he said, winos? And I said, yeah, and pigeons. And he said, winos and pigeons. I said, yeah, that's what I'm going to call it, winos and pigeons. And we talked about this, and I was just pulling stuff out of my ass. I mean, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. And anyway, I got back to Seattle, and I told Belva, I said, honey, I says, we got to make a movie. And so we got bids of $2,500, and then it went up to $5,000. So we said, okay, we'll do it. And we got all ready to do it. And I told the other guys about what had happened, and they all said, okay, we'll make movies too. So everybody started writing a short. And we wrote shorts. And I went out to make mine first, I think. And I made Winos and Pigeons. And God, as a screenwriter, you're God. You can make it rain. You can stop it from raining. You can rain down, crap on somebody's head if you want to. You're just God. You can do anything. But when you go out to shoot a movie, God takes over again. And we discovered that real quick. But we had a great time. And at the end, our $5,000 film only cost us about $40,000 when we got all done. With the cutting and going to different, you got to show it someplace. So we went to film festivals and so on. We got an award at every film festival we showed in, including the Houston World Fest. So, and it's been shown in Alaska, it's been shown in Australia, it's been shown all over in the Buñuel Festival down in Mexico City, was shown there, and I'm pretty proud of it. And somebody asked me, did you ever make money on it? And I said, I didn't shoot it to make money on it. I shot it as a calling card. And they couldn't understand that, why you would make something that you couldn't make money on. And I said, it's to let people know that you know what you're talking about, that you can do what you do. When we got ready to shoot it, I had written several poems, and I wrote some more to fit it that were about homelessness and about veterans returning from the war and ending up as winos because they were unable to adjust back into society. They had gone through so much that shocked them so badly that they couldn't get back in. They couldn't get along with their family anymore. They couldn't hold a job. They couldn't do something. Whatever it was that was bothering them. And people look at them like they're just winos, you know, they're just, you know, this, and I looked at them as, you know, if I was that bothered by something and the only way I could escape it is by getting drunk so that I could sleep, I'd be a wino too, probably. And so would they if they took time to think about it. So that's why I went in and did Winos and Pigeons, and why I really set my heart to it. But I needed more poems than what I had. And I was a big fan of Rod McEwen's. I know a lot of people don't like Rod McEwen, but I think he was a great poet. I think he was one of the best around. So I started a campaign to get a hold of Rod McEwen. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to do that, but it ain't easy. I'm going to tell you this right now. I finally went to Stanton Street Records, and I got a hold of a guy in Stanton Street, and I said, I want to talk to Rod McEwen. And he laughed, and good luck on that one. And then I told him why. And so he got in touch with Rod for me. And Rod McEwen, out of the goodness of his heart, let me have 4 of his poems to put into Winos and Pigeons. And my fee for that was donating $100 per poem to the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS thing that she had. And so I did, and I got Rod McEwen's poetry. And that was one of the top stories of Winos and Pigeons, is getting that in there. So when you see Winos and Pigeons, 4 of those poems are mine, 4 of them are Rod's. So. And then the other thing that happened is I went out and I set up my whole crew, got them all ready, and I found this knockout cinematographer. Boy, I thought, man, I really scored here. And then he crapped out on me and went to some big shoot that he had to, and he had to go to make money. And so I postponed till he got back. And he got back and we got all ready to go again. We were 2 weeks from our start time to shoot. And lo and behold, he took off for, I don't know, the Middle East, I think, to do something, and left me high and dry again. Now you notice I haven't used his name, I won't. But I didn't know what to do, so I called Pete Costa.
I thought his name was Son of a Bitch.
Yeah, that and a few other words. But anyway, I couldn't blame him. You know, he was getting good money, and you know what I was going to pay him was a pittance. I wouldn't even have paid for his airplane fare. But I got a hold of Peter Koslick, and I told him, I said, Pete, we're up the creek. We don't have a cinematographer. Pete says, you know, I met a cinematographer that you might be able to get.